Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's go, crypto lovers. Let's go, baby! I just gave the call in the trading group for this pump to the upside. We are nailing it. 4-hour trade. Let's go, Bitcoin pumping. Let's go, baby. Woo! $122,000 Bitcoin. Let's go. $100,000. 100K subscribers, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Can I tell you that?
Shout out to my man Jordan. Love you, buddy. That's my buddy right there. 777's on Jordan's World. Let's go. Yeah. 122K. Hey. Hey, yo. This flag's about to pump in the 1 minute if you're looking for a trade. This flag's about to do damage. All-time highs for Bitcoin out the flag. That thing's about to go to 124K, baby. Right here, right now, in front of you.
Can I tell you?
This is the trade right here. I'm giving you a live trade. Are you kidding me? The money's pumping up 77% on the gains. BitConnect, baby. All day long. We make trading fun. Woo-wee. Let's go. Is the lighting good? Is the mic right? Is everything good? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. Appreciate each and every one of you. I'm not going to become a diva after 100K. I promise. I promise. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you for joining, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's get it in and not hit the wrong button for the 5th, 6th time in a row. God bless everybody here. Thank you for being awesome and amazing. We're going to jump on into Bitcoin ripping to 122K. I'm about to take some profits on my long here and just pay the trader. Let me see. It's getting very close. I'm about to take profits on the long. I scalp long. Already sold the trade on ETH this morning. Or no, was it Bitcoin? I already made $500, $555 this morning on that trade. See if we can make this flag and continue to the upside here. There's a lot of FOMO for Bitcoin. Put my stop loss a little bit below that wick. See if we can kind of hang out here and get the pump to the upside, you know. Would love to get that all-time high sell right here on the live stream out of this flag to the upside. We gave these trades for Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame. If you watched me, we were talking about the 4-hour breaking to the upside out of this flag. This is exactly what I had shown to the trading group. This was the entry. There's the stop, and this thing would blast. You're in the gain now. We'll see how much further in the gain we can go. The 4-hour looks like it's just getting started. And see if you can hang out. Almost really just put my stop loss to break even and see if we can hang out this whole time. But you also try to pay the trader on it in between, taking a day trade or making this thing pump. So, and that's kind of the decision you make. But the 4-hour looks like it's going to continue to the upside in a major way. But only time will tell right here on the Crypto Lifer Show. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for being here. So you can see we're kind of getting a little bit of a dump here. The thing is, I could take profits and get back into the 1-minute flag again. You see? And pay the trader. So, but there's a chance there's a chance that 4-hour really cooks for us and we continue to rip. I can keep my stop below the 200 moving average there. I can't lose anything. I'm above and just see if we can win this one for more. Try to, go for the $4,000 or you take the 500 off the table. And this is this is trader life, and then that's why when I got into the custom of just paying the trader, I said, if I just keep paying the trader, I'm going to win. Like, look at that. You already went up more. Look, that looks like it's going to come back down on the 5-minute time frame, right back down to this key area. So it just, I'm always in between on that notion. All right, there you go, 400, So look, I paid the trader. Bang. I moved my stop loss in to pay. Oh, now it bounces. Unbelievable, right? And that's why you got to make a plan. You know what my plan is? I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to hit off a break even if I have to. I'm going to go for the bigger money. There you go. I made my decision. It's not a day trade. Some days, and I already took money off the table today, so that makes it easier to let this one cook. But I mean, see, because here's the deal. There's everyone that goes for the long-term trade every time. And what happens is they hit them, they win them, and end up kind of in the middle or losing. But if you went back to, man, if I just had day traded every one of those wins, I would have had be up at the end of the month. And so when I was beginning trading like 15 years ago, that happened to me. And one day I looked at it, I said, man, if I had just sold every swing trade, I would have done way better. I said, then why didn't you just sell the trades when you're up, man? I said, what are you thinking? I said, because I wanted more money. I kept thinking it was going to be the big one, and I was going to go 5,000, 500 for 4,000, and I was up 1,500. And so I learned if I just kept paying the trader, I'd make it out alive. You see what I'm saying? So, everyone, I have something exclusive to talk about. I know people don't love shilling, but I do shill with a purpose. Like whenever I connect to a group or, an exchange, there's something that's been given. All right, and this is the best technical analysis of 2020 so far, if you didn't know, in all of cryptocurrency and all of trading, really, on the interwebs. The entire internet spoke and said, this dude does the best technical analysis that we've ever seen. And I get the belt. I got the belt last year. I got the belt this year. And it was actually very close for Influencer of the Year. We're going to show, we had it, we had it. We basically had it. It was extremely, extremely close. Bitcoin continued to pump. Looks like that 4 hour is going to take care of us. I'm going to stay inside that trade and let it cook. And it looks like we're going to go up even more here. We're going for $4,000 on the day. If we can hit the target, it would be awesome. But that's pretty big, 129. I don't know if we're going to hit 129. But let's see if this thing can continue to bump up here, at least to 124 on these big. And this is going to propel other coins to pump to the upside. You're also going to get ETH doing damage here, right? So, and it's only a matter of time. ETH, they kind of wicked the ETH scalp out, but it looks like ETH may still get a bit of a bounce. We'll definitely talk about ETH later. Let's do our top-down analysis for Bitcoin like I do, but this is the trade given, and the bot just got out of a long. Let's talk about the bot that just sold. So the bot was here. The bot just sold the top. The bot just sold 122. It got in right there at 118. It just sold 122. The bot doing damage. Entered along, waited its turn, sold both positions right there, the 18 and the 8,000, the 18,000 and the $8,000 position. Bang, bang, bang. You see? See how this thing, and it just put money back in my bank account. This is a bot that runs on its own. And whenever the alert comes, I just kind of put it on screen. A lot of times when I'm live streaming, the alert came, and the bot just sold right now. I also give these alerts to my group. I'm like, the bot just sold. The bot just bought. Look at it. You could have got in there. Sold right there. I'm just saying, so like even there's for $99 a month, my trading group is insane. I have exchange announcements for every single coin that's hitting exchanges that's important, that lets you know like what altcoin's probably going to fly. I got token metrics, which I go over daily and every single week in the weekly screen share, which tells us what coins are hot, moonshots, and is an AI that's searching the internet all the time. I am always searching the internet. I'm getting DM'd by people all the time that say, hey, this is a cool thing I just looked at. Check this out. Go look at this. I have places on the internet that I don't tell anyone that I know where to find and think about things. And so you combine all that. And then people come to the stream and super chat me hot coins. You combine all that. The trading group is just on fire. And it's a great place to be. Go to cryptolifer.com to find out more if you want to jump on into the trading group with the Lifer and really just up your game. Everyone else is making it. I don't know what they're doing. But what I'm doing is something just unheard of. And it's also mental training. We talk about working out every day. I'm going to get back to motivational videos every single morning. All right, once I get back into kind of my old schedule here. But you can hit subscribe on cryptolifer.com. You can find out more. Let's jump on into Bitcoin. I gave a live trade to my trading group this morning. The entry was right there at 123.56. You're in the money already, right here in front of you. And here's the live trade that I took with the group to show you that I put my money where my mouth is as well. And I'm already up $530, up 66% on the trade. All right. And we do this all the time. $1,000 days, $2,000 days. We made $2-3 grand the other day. I made $500 this morning. We took gains last night. It just doesn't end. All right. Swing trading, banging on them, adding to altcoins, making gains, daily P&Ls and having a blast. So shout out to everybody out there. If you want to jump on into MINOTAUR trading, and if you want a bot that makes gains for you while you sleep, no emotions, just gets it done. And I've showed it over and over again, just producing. It's made me over 30% gains. It's actually made me 100% because I've reinvested back into BTC, and that money has made it insane. But right there, MINOTAUR Trading Systems, if you want to jump on in, I highly recommend it. Let me just jump on into the fan funding before I do my Bitcoin update here. We got some serious fan funding coming on in here. Let's take a look. Congrats for 100K subs. You deserve it. You worked hard for it. Congratulations from all the BTC.C team. Shout out to Muckman. God bless you. Thank you. Sean, acting abundance. I like that. Shout out to Sammy and Master Friend, best mentors in the game. Sammy, thank you for everything you have given to me and my family from this trading group. It was great meeting you in Vegas. Please give a month membership to someone on my behalf. God bless you, man. I appreciate that. Randy Alice, good morning. The best mentor in TA. Sam Price. Randy, thank you so much. God bless you. And then 50 gifted by Sapoki. You didn't have to do that, but you did, man. These people are amazing. It's awesome what they do. It's awesome how much they give. And I don't know what happened here. This is messed up today or something. It should be showing the fan funding right there, but it's showing it up here. So a bit of a glitch in the radar today, but we'll see. Hey, there's me behind me. That's a bit weird, right? That's me with hair. There's me without hair. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's get back into the live chat and see what you were saying. And let's take a look at what's happening to BTC. So Bitcoin's struggling now to come back down. And I'm like, should I have taken my profits? It's always kind of that way, right? Was that just a spike to the upside? The bot took some profits. Or do we get a bigger 4-hour candle here? Can I hang out? I made my decision. So usually I take profits in front of you guys, right? Because I cash in, but it's very rare that I let it cook. This time I'm going to let it cook this one time. And again, if I go back to break even, so be it. Look at RPL. This thing is about to launch. It's Rocket Pool. I don't own any. I don't care. You know, no one paid me to say this. Someone did send a super chat in about it, I think, a few days back. I looked at it. It looks hot. That looks like it's going to explode. 36% gains possibly coming out of Rocket Pool. Watch you 10x this channel, Sammy, and you 10x my life. Congrats on the 100,000 subs. You deserve it, brother. Love you. Shout out to Live, Laugh, Love. God bless you so much. Thank you so much for everything. And shout out to everyone that's sharing this beautiful moment with me. 100,000 subs and counting. Let's go. But you know what? Numbers are whatever. It doesn't really matter. If I relish in the numbers and act all high and mighty, we get nowhere. You know what I mean? As a group, as a channel, we got to act like we're back at 1,000 subscribers, man. And we got to act like we got nothing and grind every single day as if we've never had a thing. And see, to me, that's the key. That's the goal, right? Is to never lose the fire. I never want to lose the fire. Once I lose the fire, things start to change. And I don't want to lose that fire, baby. I want to keep that fire going. So, found a gem for you, Sammy. Market cap. FSR. Who's your AI chat on Dex Market? We'll take a look at it. Thank you, Ivan Roque. We'll see something about that one. Thank you. So, we're going to delete all my work, but we're going to end up right back here. Actually, you know what? I'll use another chart because that just looks too nice right now. I use the Bybit spot. And we called this pump this morning before it happened, even kind of a bit of a right shoulder on the 1 hour. We got it. We got that liquidity grab when they went after the shots. And again, another short squeeze here on the channel. And we did talk about how there was that red right above us. Look, we still got red at 121.9. We built a bunch of long liquidations, though, now down at 121.400. Looks like we may have to scoop that. So that doesn't look amazing. See all the red down here now below us? You don't want to see red below. That's the one thing you don't want to see. So it suggests that we could go down and scoop this liquidity back to 121.450. It looks very likely. But we'll see. No guarantees. People are just going heavy with leverage, and those are all their liquidations. So if we hit that key level, that will be a liquidation that's supposed to occur. It's supposed to be a little play button on here, and you hit play when it resets, you know. It's all right. Yeah, something funny with that. See my other computer ripping Bookmap. Something funny with this one. It's not the computer, though. Maybe it's just, I'm going to re-download and put it back in again or something. Just needs to be like deleted and reinstalled. It gets buggy sometimes. I say once a year you delete Bookmap and reinstall it. I really do. Sam is the man. Can you take a look at Soul? We will take a look at Soul. Shout out to Taylor Murphy. Showing up on the stream all the time. Taylor, thank you. Seeing you all the time, Taylor. God bless you. Okay, so let's take a look at what I see happening for BTC. And, you know, the first thing we looked at was the 2-week chart, right? And I'm the guy that uses the 2-week. I'm that guy. Nobody uses the 2-week. I'm that dude, right? And we talked about the parabolicness. We talked about all the different things that could be happening here for Bitcoin. And we went over the fact that this looked like a rising wedge the last time we were together, and it's ready to break out. The 2-week chart showing signs of life. The weekly getting above previous resistance. And everything kind of getting ready for a massive, massive move for Bitcoin up to about $186,000. I don't see how that would not be the blow off top. We'd get bearish div on basically the monthly on everything. And it would be time for us to come back down to the Fibonacci. You would pull a fib from the impulse, which was the very beginning, to the top. And I keep getting a 78, 81,000. Before I got an 80, let me see. I got 89. And I mean, does it extend this entire pull? That would be amazing, right? And we would get a bigger pump and a better retracement. The 93, 90, 89 to 90K to me keeps calling its name as the area that we would see, you know. I like Bitcoin still climbing here after that little dip back to 121,775. The trade's still alive, back of the crane. Made a good decision by not taking profits early. Let's see if we can stay in this puppy for some massive gains here to the upside. 122.5 just kind of showed up there with the liquidity grab. Looks like we can get there. Short squeeze coming as we talked about it. Look at this beautiful squeeze to the upside, and they are liquidating the shorts right now as we speak. And how many times have you come to this channel and live on BOOKMAP watch the shorts get liquidated exactly like they're supposed to be? That liquidation, baby. Yep. I want to see all those liquidations. Mark liquidations. I think I have them on too low, so I can't see them. I'm going to go back to my other settings, and I'll reset them, and then I'll show everyone what I have them at. 121,940. Absolutely doing damage here to the upside. Bitcoin ripping. And every time Bitcoin's ripping, we're the richest we've ever been. If you got into Bitcoin when we did, 84,000, 74,000. And I just, I look back and I'm like, man, I bought so much real estate during the time, right when I should have just been, I could have been renting and buying more Bitcoin. I could be richer. But you know what it is, man? That whole woulda, coulda, shoulda stuff is so garbage because you could die tomorrow, Sam. I talk to myself. And anything is possible, so just stay positive. You might start another business that creates so much revenue. You could buy 10 more, 20 more Bitcoins than you never thought possible. So just stay on point. Don't focus on what didn't happen because that takes away from your energy. Focus on where you're going. That builds you. Always be building mentally. Always be building your energy up every single time. Never let yourself go backwards. I just did a mental kind of practice with you. You saw me go back and forth, but you got to push your mind through all that. Every time you get a negative thought, you got to find a way to flip it to a positive thought. So you know what? I could do this. I can get there. I could make this something bigger than I've ever thought. You know what I'm saying? You've got the capacity in yourself to do something you don't even know you can do yet. I didn't know I could be the crypto lifer until I became him. You know what I'm saying? You told me I was going to lead thousands into cryptocurrency. I would have told you were nuts 10 years ago. But I became the person that I desired to become through success, through every single day, through grinding without a day off. It never stops. Okay? It's constant. So the 2-week chart, I'm looking somewhere 187, maybe a blow off top to 213. I don't see how we go any higher than that. That to me is the end of the rally. We come back down on a fib to 93,000. We've hit the 786 a few times, 50K. It could happen. I feel like there's so much institutional support on the balance sheet. We may never go below 90,000 ever again. We may challenge 100,000 one more time just to sketch people out, get close to that level, and then we'll go from there, right? Look at this, 122K starting, and now we got 122.5. The shorts are building liquidity for us to grab. They don't care. They keep shorting a bull run. They think it's the end of the rally. There's people that are stuck in their heads. I don't know what's going to happen, but I will tell you when you're above a 200 moving average on the 4-hour, it's not a good time to short the market. I told my students that anyone who had shorted the market and got absolutely wrecked and rocked was not in my trading group. I'll tell you that, or they just were completely recalcitrant and did not want to listen to anything that I taught because I would never be shorting this market right now. And I said it over and over again. You do not short uptrends. Look. You talk about the trend analysis. There's your low. There's your high. Higher low. Higher high. Higher low. Higher high. Higher low. Higher high. Higher low. Higher high. You would have to take out this $98,000 low now. Technically, really $77,000. And I said that when we got down here. Remember, I said you'd have to take this low out. I said we are in an uptrend. I said that is a higher high. I said unless you took out 55,000, the trend is still your friend. You're in an uptrend. I learned how to read the trend and play the trend. I knew it for years, but I didn't really understand it. Now I trust the trend with my life. When the trend is a higher low, I go hard. You get what I'm saying? Every single time. It does not matter. So God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. So Bitcoin on the weekly, looking for the $186,000 run up. That is its next leg out of this rising wedge to the upside. Remember, we did show you the shoulder head. We showed this inverted head and shoulder heck before it was even. Now people are showing it. Like, look at the. I love TA. It's funny. I'm like such a savage with technical analysis that I see people like days late on this thing that I projected like before it even started. And I'm like, all right, you're cute. Keep going. You know what I mean? Keep going. You'll get there. You know what I mean? No, but seriously. When you've done it as long as me, you're like an old man. So the 2-week chart looking absolutely beautiful for a move here for Bitcoin everything kind of going our way and setting up. You even have 2-week support right where these two candles topped, and you broke above. And this will be the largest candle to ever close for the history of Bitcoin on the weekly. It'll be the largest candle to ever close on the history for the monthly. Look at the monthly, just looking absolutely parabolic. The monthly's going to break out of a rising wedge. The monthly suggests we're going somewhere to $189,000, $90,000. And this is going to have, the rate cuts are going to come, cheap money. And look, it says just like everything else, January, the rally starts to end in January, right? I wouldn't be selling Bitcoin, but I'm selling everything that's connected to the market when we get up into this level. And we go from there. Let the road to 1 million begin. God bless Lifer. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for congratulating me for 100,000 subs. Shout out to the $99 super chat from Sean, attracting abundance. We love you, Sean. And you will attract abundance by giving away $100, 100%. I gave big tips. This week was huge. It was just, in the act of giving all week long, it was a great week. Good vibes with good people, good times. And just, doing what it is. So look, the time frame that I would watch right now, when you're in a really hard pump on the 4-hour and the daily, the 15-minute really comes into play. It becomes like a very go-to time frame. What we're looking for is the 15-minute to make a flag here, not get stopped out, and get this puppy to continue to rip. Looking for this to flag out, touch the 21-day moving average, and continue to get a bit of a pump. We'll get there in a second. So we'll move back to the weekly. Weekly looks absolutely amazing. It's now breaking above resistance at 119.2, 119.4 here. No, 109. Yeah, weekly is 119.5. And you close that weekly candle above that, it just suggests that we're about to go parabolic. I don't think anyone's ever seen Bitcoin go absolutely parabolic this way on a massive time frame. It's never built a rising wedge like this. The last time it did this, people said we were going to 100K, and we got snuffed out at 69,000, and, everyone knows that story. So, again, ready for now again, rising wedges break down 68% of the time. What if we had a black swan to 74,000? Could you handle that? Would you be ready for that? Do you have any capital to buy Bitcoin down there? Are you working? Do you have a savings? Do you work every single day? Do you have money coming in? Are you productive? Are you disciplined? If you are, then you'll be fine, because money will be coming in when you're down there, and you'll be fine. You'll be able to buy more. But right now, if you're lazy, if you're sitting at home, if you're not pushing yourself, if you're deciding that just a little bit is okay, if a life of mediocrity is okay with you, then you may not have any capital if we ever go back down to those levels. So when you realize everyone wants to make it in trading, they realize it's not even about trading. It's about hustling. It's about having a job, having some way of earning income. The universe will bless you in some way, shape, or form for your energy, but you must give it every single day. You must give some energy. You must do something. I produce value for the internet every day, right? Advertisers can advertise on top of the layer of my channel. I'm layer 1, right? Like Ethereum. Sam Price comes out and lays layer 1, the content. On top of the content, I guess you could say I'm layer 2, because Google's layer 1. They lay out I sign up for YouTube, layer 1. I come on layer 2 and make the content. Layer 3 and 4, that's advertising, right? There's value in the market. If you produce content, there's value there. Begin a show, produce content for the internet. You don't have a personality, do something different. Shake it up a bit. Create a job that's never been made, and find yourself doing something you've never thought possible. It could be in your field. You could do it as in woodworking. Start a woodworking show. It could be boating. You may love boating. You may love cars. I don't know what it is, but get that camera out and start going, baby, because content is king. And I saw that years ago. I was a filmmaker. I got into the film industry as a kid. Here I am still making content. I'm still doing what I chose to do. So look, let's take a look at this 3-day chart. Looking absolutely beautiful. And again, this channel is about entrepreneurship and trading. I know I give a lot of trading. We're always going over trading, but I want it, once you make gains in trading, you're going to want to use that gain in some type of entrepreneurial way, in my humble of opinions, 3-day chart looks like it's breaking out to me. I was always looking for those right shoulders, but they may never come. Or they may come kind of slanted to the upside. Like we may just get kind of two little slanted right shoulders and we break out. But everything's looking great. I mean, momentum indicator is ready for movement, and you're at the top of a rising wedge. I mean, that's the definition of parabolic breakouts. And then the daily had a huge breakout today, and is about to eat up the wick from here, which is absolutely beautiful. once that candle eats through that wick and we're above 120, 123K, and then the all-time high is right there. On the daily, the all-time high on that candle, 123.260. I mean, you're $700 away from the all-time high and one of the biggest assets in the world. And likely we're going to make an all-time high today. Very likely, right? You could only assume. The 4-hour still has room to go on the stochastics RSI. All right, and so then my eye saw this morning and was able to put this trade out to the trading group on the 4-hour time frame, which has a measured move of the length of the pole, which takes us to 125K 500. And if you think about it, 125.5, a lot of people are going to just have psychological sells there because it makes sense. It makes 100% sense. And you can even slant this. I slanted this, and to me, that looks like a bullish retest off the slanted, right? On top of this, we're going to go over that spider line that we talked about, remember? So we just want to make sure this candle closes green and we can continue to the upside throughout the day without stopping me out, or comes down and gets a rippage, which may happen. We got the golden cross, which I talked about, which tells me we're going to be higher than we are. We went over this. You front run the golden cross. Tight moving averages on the 4 hours suggest a move is coming for Bitcoin. Obviously, this resistance is going to give us some trouble, which we hit already, 122. The bot nailed it and sold the top. The bot was like, bling. And Sammy's sitting there playing with his emotions now. But the bot did it, you know. Anyway, what is this belt on my... I won the best technical analysis at the Web3 Influencer Awards. It was a big deal. They say it's just a joke, but to me, it's a big deal, man. You know, people got to vote for you. You get represented for what you do. There's mining channels that got repped, right? There's micro channels that just began that are really growing that people wanted to recognize. It's just a really good time. And shout out to Adam Charles for doing it and always being there for the people, man. And if you look here, if I type in Adam, the Web3 Influencer Awards, and he put out a pie chart, and he showed that for the Influencer of the Year, it was very, very close. Look at this. Influencer of the Year results. Close race this year between AJ Writes Crypto, Crypto Lifer, and Altcoin Daily. Altcoin Daily, the biggest channel in crypto. And I got more votes than Altcoin Daily. I was at 21% of that pie chart. AJ had 22%. I basically was 0.03% away from winning Influencer of the Year. I guess next year we'll come back strong and take it. But we basically, in my humble opinion, we basically won Influencer of the Year. It was very close. But AJ got it. You got to give it to him. You know what I mean? But God bless, man. I mean, right? Every single day for 4 years, you nailed it. Brian Jung's got a great channel. I think he should have had way more. But, you know, the community. You got to have a strong community. We had massive upvote. You know, so we took a majority of the votes. It's a real voting process. So, you know, it is what it is, man. But pretty interesting. And again, as we said, I didn't want to be known as Influencer of the Year. But, you know, I am a creator. But again, we should change the title to like, I guess it is, hey, it's influencer, man. You influence people to do stuff. I get it. It just, you know, in the KOL space, there's that battle between influencer and knowledge, and I'll take it all, man. I'll just, as long as I'm helping people in a positive manner and influencing them positively, it's amazing. So Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame. So I just wanted to say thank you. The reason why I show the pie chart is thank you for all the votes. I appreciate everyone that voted. Like, gratitude. And I know nobody cares. They want the charts. They don't care about me and my awards and all that. And I get it. If I was broke at work, I wouldn't care either. I'd say, hey, man, show me how to get this paper, bro. You already got it. You got the accolades. You got the belt. You're the man. I see the 3-piece. I'd be like, show me the gains, baby. I get it. We're going to do that. I do that every day. I talk a little bit. I made 10%. We do a little bit of, you know, channel love. But most of the time, I'm teaching. 90% of the time, I'm teaching. So anyway, we're still inside a live trade too. So your heart's racing. You're watching a guy in a live trade. We want to see the 15-minute play out, turn into a flag, and continue to the upside. It all makes sense that we could get a move here. I'm looking at 124 and like 200 area as a possible good place to take some profit here. And then 125.5 for our next stop for the all-time high. And then we could just continue to rip to the upside. Holding trades into price discovery. God bless you if you're doing it. You're awesome. If someone's able to make massive gains here and really hold to the top, you've been trained. It's not easy. It's not something that can be done instantly. So there we are on the 4-hour time frame. When you go to the 1 hour if you like, it's a little overbought. It's a little far away for the 21-day moving average. This is going to have to what's called flag out now. We're going to have to stay above this support of resistance, and we're going to have to make a flag. That's fine. As long as we don't make it back inside this pattern, we're good to go. And look, shoulder head with that little mini right shoulder, which you'll see is more apparent on the 15. And then look, this is a cup and handle. They call me Sammy Cup and Handy, Samuel Cup and Handle, right? And I'll get rid of the moving averages for a second because the spaghetti is hard to see through. But that's a cup and handle right there that blasted you to the upside. You get these massive straight green candle swing. That's why they call me Cup and Handle, because I found out that the cup and handle is the most explosive pattern in the world. When you can find it, boom, price just absolutely explodes to the upside. So Sammy Cup and Handy to the upside. We even have a clip of Altcoin Daily saying, he's like, Sammy Cup and Handy? And back in the day, ATB, the show was on. Dang, what happened to the space is crazy. And if you think about it, what happened to, our man Ben happened to kind of everybody, because ATB was huge. And I know it's polarizing. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but ATB was big and it brought everybody together. So his downfall affected all of crypto. It didn't affect everybody. It affected all of crypto, And I'm not going to get too deep on this beautiful day of 100K. But Bitcoin's struggling now, taking the beat down to the downside. That's why I always just pay the trader. I'm like, now look at that. Going for the big gains. If I said I would just stay in and be happy with nothing, I'm going to have to just stick to my word. But that, already up 500, 600. That's why I'm, 90% of the time I'm taking that trade. Today, I'll let it slide. It's price discovery. There could be some bigger gains, but I take it, even dip it and rip it. If you sold here, you can get back in and when the flag comes back too. So now they're melting faces off here for BTC. Let's take a look. And it makes sense. The 15-minute got far away from the 21-day moving average. The 1 hour, same deal. So that's going to have to kind of pay penance here and come back into the fold. We just don't want to see this thing go back inside. We don't want to see the 15-minute lose the 200 moving average. Let's take a look at where the 5 and the 1 are. Yeah, the 5 minutes touching the 21 too. That would be preferably a good place for a bounce. So if we're somewhat bullish, we're going to get a bounce here. Turn this into some type of inverted head and shoulder and an ascending triangle. If we're bearish, we're going to keep shredding right through across the 200s, and this is going to turn into a bear. I'm open-minded that anything can happen, so always stay vigilant. Congratulations on 100K, big lad. Thank you so much. Congratulations on 100K. Thank you. 100K subs is nice and all, but the question we need an answer to after the last night's stream is, what flavor ice cream did you get from Jenny's? Hope you and the family had fun celebrating together. That's interesting. What did I get? I got the milkiest chocolate on top, and then I got what was called it was like raspberry crumble. Yeah, raspberry crumble. It was unbelievable. The raspberry, oh my gosh. It had like a raspberry switch with like a little bit of, oh man. Yeah, it was top notch, man. Thank you so much. And thank you again for another super chat after you gave a monster one last night. Andrew, you didn't have to do that, but you did. So Bitcoin's struggling. Looks like I may give up my gain. Dang. And look how fast life could change here when you're swinging at the edge. I have to remember how high leverage I do trade too. But again, not liquidated. I got my stop loss right there. Everyone dreams, I'll just stay in. Like they want, even if it comes down here, the big, well, as long as I don't get liquidated. The point is to protect the purse at all costs and then just take your shots when you can. That's how I do it. You do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice here. Okay? And again, expect volatility. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs. 100K, let's go. Congrats, Sammy. Peace and blessings to the family. Miss you, G. Always been a constant inspiration to me. Love you, big dog. God bless you, Jamal Antonio. Thank you for the 3333, man. God bless you. Thank you so much. And yeah, now we got to get the Burns Steakhouse out and head on over to Burns for the 100K dinner. Jay Soul, man, I know you live in Tampa, so I'm going to make sure you're there with me, buddy. And shout out to everybody here on the channel. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. And then we go back at it again as we continue to kind of flatline up here. I don't want to flatline, though. We want to, we haven't flatlined too much. We want to make sure we keep pushing, but, thank you so much, everybody. It's an amazing day to be alive, and we went live last night, too. And God bless you all. So Bitcoin looks like it may not hold that key level there. Gonna have to get it's gonna have to get some type of special little bounce here on that small time frame. It's all right. This is how we build the building to a new all-time high, though. We got to just slowly build structure. You don't want to just rip. If you just kept ripping, there was going to be a nasty dump. You want to pump, consolidate. This is actually very, very healthy. I'm actually very pleased with this. So far, so good. We're still in the trade, right? And this could easily bounce right back to the upside in the next 5 to 10 minutes, show signs of life, and then get right back onto that bullish trend. So we'll see. Right now, we're still watching to see what can happen here on the 15-minute time frame. I don't know what's going to happen. If I did, I'd be a psychic. I am not. It's amazing how many times we hit gains based on what we do, but we're just going through the motions, one step, one day, one moment at a time here on the channel, right? So yeah, we're looking for the 15-minute to save the day, get a bit of a bounce near the 21, not lose this key level at 128. 120,720, 120,800, and you get the level. The bot decided to be out. The bot knew something we obviously didn't and decided to sell the exact top. Felicidad, since I found this channel in the 99, you've been my inspiration. My dream is to one day do those longs like you. You will. If you plan on that being your life, hey, I plan on being on YouTube and getting super chats. And look, you just gave me one. It happened, right? So my dream was what you just did. And it happened, right? So that means that if you dream something, it'll happen to you too. 100%. Mom and Dad, proud. 100K, Sammy. Shout out to Crypto Billy, man. Thank you. And it's funny, as much as I really appreciate all the love, and I do, but as much as I'm really into wow, this is amazing, I focus on the idea of, it doesn't matter, right? Because whether we were at 80K, 100K, we wake up every day and work as hard as we did, right? 100K doesn't change anything. I don't I don't go outside and get picked up by a chariot, a golden chariot. Life doesn't just turn easy. I don't just fly off into the sunset on 100,000. It actually gets even harder. It actually gets even tougher now. Now, 5 years of hardcore work have been laid. Can I produce another 5 years, From 5K to 100K, what a journey. Happy to have been along for the ride. Love you, brother. Shout out to David Kendall. I am going to get emotional with the people, though, man, because I've been connected to so many people through this journey. And it's not even about the journey. It's about the people. The people that picked me up from the airport, the people that held me down, the people that became part of my group. My man, Underground Crypto. 100K. Hardest working TA in crypto YouTube. God bless you. Thank you. And, we may just win this one with the bounce on that 21-day moving average. Always have faith. Anything is possible. Look how close we are. I can even move that just a little down because there's no reason to get and even use those two candles as my positional strength there. Let's see what can happen. So where I stand for Bitcoin. The 4-hour looks good to me. Other time frames look legit. We just got to make sure the 15-minute doesn't lose the 200 moving average. We make some type of flag here and the rest of the day can pump. Let's see if we can get through these small time frames. BOOKMAP suggesting we could go lower to 117.5, but they called that yesterday. We never hit it. Could just be where the longs are sitting and we win. So we'll see what happens. If this could, one thing that could be happening, and I've seen it, is a shoulder ahead, a bit of a right shoulder there, and we do dump. So be on the lookout. We could have made a high here today that we struggled to get through for the next few days. You never know. I'm open-minded. It looks more bullish than bearish on the 4-hour. So the bigger time frames are telling us that a move is coming. We just got to get through the growing pains here on this Wednesday. Good volatility, though. You can't, you got to love that. Shout out to Rudy. Congratulations. Super happy for you, brother. Much love to you and the lifers. Best community on YouTube. Proud to be a lifer. Shout out to Rudy 007. Shout out to Underground Crypto. David Kendall in the house. Crypto Billy. Erica Ospina. Jamal Antonio. Andrew Yurkovic. Blaze 007. 00420. My man Andrew Mateo Music. Where do you see the pie chart in comparison with the weekly, monthly? Appreciate you, Sam. Can't wait to see you at 200,000. Hey, let's go one step at a time. First super chat of my life. You brought me closer to God. I'm happier now. God bless you. Shout out to production department. First super chat he ever gave. A lot of people say that about my channel. They said, I never gave a super chat, but you really drew it out of me. I felt like I had to super chat after watching you. Hey, man, God bless you. And thank you for using God in your super chat. God exists in us all. It's an energy that forces us all to live a better life. It's an energy that brings us all together. It's a belief that there's something bigger than yourself and that everyone that's a part of it is there for you and you're there for them. That's what God is. It's a blanket. It's a web of energy that we're all connected to at all times, believing that there's faith, love, happiness, and positivity. That's God. Saying no to the devil, saying no to all the things that we could do and our bodily wants and needs. Yeah, we all want to act like animals and do it all. We can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Where would society be without discipline? There must be discipline in life. And through discipline becomes something else, something, we're able to grow and truly progress through discipline. So remember, the worst comes to worst here is we just get stopped out of the trade with no gain, no lame, no nothing. You know what I mean? It's crazy to be up 500 and down 59. And I usually take my profit, so I apologize for not doing it. I almost do it every single time. Again, you dream for the bigger gain. You don't take what you have in front of you. You keep taking what's have in front of you. $500 times 10 is $5,000. You end up making the $5,000 that you thought you were going to make in that first trade that you held the whole time if you just continue to pay the trader. Still a chance we can hang out here. I got hope. We'll see what happens. I do have hope. I guess we got to have both belts on at all times from now on. I mean, every day we got to have both belts on, right? I mean, it is what it is, right? I got to figure, I moved the camera over the other day. I'll sit there and fix all that. I'm like, why am I not on camera all the way? Yeah. So, again, I can't talk about Bitcoin anymore. 50-minute loses the 200 moving average, this yellow line, we're in trouble. 50-minute even loses this resistance, which became support at 127. We're probably, we're losing a support and resistance. So I expect a bounce and a flag here on the 15-minute to complete the day and get the 4-hour to pump. I'm calling for this to happen. If it doesn't, I'm going to look like a fool, so it better happen. I also know that anything can happen, so we go from there. God makes us all family, amen. Shout out to Omar Lopez. Congrats on 100K. Shout out to Blay. May I please get to you on Doge? Thank you. You may, my good man. You may. So that's Bitcoin in a nutshell. It's about 11 when we usually move on to the altcoins. Let's take a look at what's happening in altcoins. Cyber up 61%. We traded that before. Fartcoin did get the bounce. They didn't let it go to Zeta. Pumpcoin up a little bit. Last 24 hours, OKB, Fartcoin, Arbitrum, Radium, Aerodrome really taking it. And I told you guys Aerodrome at 30 cents. We're now back up almost to 5x, doing damage. SEI, I piled in. It's ripping. Made massive gains off SEI today. Solana at 196, doing damage all the way back to 200. Caswell on the way to 10 cents. Ejective at 15. The market looking crispy. We need Jupe back at what? $1. Remember, Jupe gets to $1. We know the market's, it takes like the whole market to rip for Jupe to double. I don't know why, but that's how it works. Jupe just doesn't. Too many people stake Jupe or something. It doesn't get too much price action, and it gets no volatility because everyone's staking it. Cosmos back to $5 tells me that, and Hyperliquid at 45. Strong. Market looking good. Cake. AVAX. There's a lot of opportunity here from SWI to Cake to AVAX. There's so many coins to trade that have good volatility now. Someone asked about Pi on the monthly chart. Let's take a look at Pi. Not my favorite. We're getting the bounce exactly as we should here. And now you're going to look for this to create an inverted head and shoulder on the 15-minute time frame. Look for that to be the shoulder, this to be the head, this to make some right shoulder. And we can get on out of here, continue, hit an all-time high later on today at 124,000. Would be absolutely beautiful, right? Not without a little bit of growing pains. They're not going to pump us with a little bit of dump us. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens, but I'm projecting this inverted head and shoulder here for Bitcoin. Can we kick it? Yes, we can. Again, I don't want to be overly bullish. I don't know what's going to happen. They could easily start dumping this thing and lose the 200 moving average. So I'm just playing what they give me. I'm not trying to predict what's going to really happen to price action. Looks a little sketchy today. They took a nice pump, head and shoulder in it, ripped it back down. It's back and forth. All right? It's back and forth. The NASDAQ trade that I put out to everybody, ripping. I moved the stop loss into position. They took me out. We took gains on the NASDAQ trade. So shout out to anyone that traded the NASDAQ with me. And I'll show you exactly how we traded it and why and what we did. Nice bounce back for Bitcoin. Did Sammy stay in the trade? Did they get me? Oh my gosh, no. And so this is exactly what we need is the bounce here. Also, pull a fib. This is a money printer on the 15-minute time frame. I can't stand the fib on the right side, so what we'll do is we'll right-click this, hit the settings on the left, and you got to go over here. Yeah, the right. I mean the right. I don't want it on the left. Yeah, there you go. I mean, see how it's bouncing on the 618 Fibonacci? That's insane, right? I mean, that's exactly what you want. A bounce off the 618 Fibonacci retracement. You almost have hidden bullish because this is like, I feel like you kind of have a hidden bullish there. Swinging up on price action, pretty flat or, kind of down on the RSI. Suggests we will get the break back to the upside. Could be even time to pile back into the trade with a double down. Right? I mean, my entry was right there. It's not that far away. Same exact trade, basically. Stop loss below the 200 and the 15. Could produce some good gains. So I'm sticking in this trade. We'll see where it goes. We've been nailing almost every trade we've had on BitTinex on the live stream. We've been doing damage. If you followed any of my trades, they've just been continuing to rip. We are in an uptrend. I am a bullish bias uptrend trader. So therefore, most of my trades are going to play out in the uptrend, but I can identify when the uptrend begins with the bottom. We called the bottom at that level at 112. Remember last week? It was insane on a Saturday morning. The weekend streams have been amazing. They've gotten us through a lot. Every single weekend stream has been highly valuable. They're usually valuable, but they're a little slow sometimes. The last 2 weekend streams have really been unbelievable because they propelled us into the Mondays and got us through the week. If we didn't do the 2 streams on Saturdays and Sundays, both weekends, I would have not known anything about what was going to happen to price action. Because we did the Saturday morning and the Sunday morning streams, we were able to capitalize on those Saturday and Sunday night pumps. And really, I'll be honest, I was really proud of the fact that I do those weekend streams because it was able to really put us in position when other trading groups were just taking the week off, taking the day off, saying, oh, it's the summer. We didn't do that. We pushed through every single day here on this channel because we knew that there was money coming when that rate hike came. We knew that things were going to change when the news started to swing. And we didn't want to be chasing. We want to be sitting in positions at that time. Everyone else just gets to the market when it's hot and arrives to the chase. We want to be in the chase. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, nothing crazy happening today. We'll see August 14th. What's going to happen tomorrow? We have core PPI tomorrow, which is 0.2 forecast, higher than normal. 0.2 again there. And then unemployment claims. They believe it's going to be basically a nothing burger, same as previous, a little lower than previous, hoping. So if that's higher than previous, the market could take a bit of a dump. Even if it's a temporary dump, it will take a slight dump. All right? Which is kind of not what we're looking for. There we go. Move this over, move that over, shave that off. There we go. I got both belts, baby. What are these belts? Like, you're watching this channel, like, who is this guy? This is the best technical analysis. Like, I'm a technical analyst. I go over charts. I know it's insane, but the whole world has decided that I am, the best guy at this. I've won multiple awards doing it. Won awards doing technical analysis. Like, I guess you can win awards at anything you do if you're good at it. There's a trophy for it out there somewhere, right? Shout out to Johnny500. Good morning, Lifer. 500 subs incoming. Can we check B3? We will. You were first to super chat. That is, shout out to Benga. Walrus on Sui. What do you think of the project? I remember when it first came out. I think if anything could pump, it could. I'm late to the party. Congrats, Sam. God bless all. Shout out to my man, Crypto Cow. You're never late, man. You're right where you need to be. God bless you, brother. Thank you. Big P. All right. So we have core PPI tomorrow at 8:30. We got to look out for that. We got in the bounce so far, right where we needed it on the Fibonacci and the 21-day moving average. Lower stochastics too as well. Some hidden bullish divergence suggesting that is going to be our higher low. And we may actually, you probably could get on along there with a stop below the 200 and the 15 and be protected for a pump. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. And nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. So let's kind of cover what we did today already. I sold trades at an ETH. I sold an ETH long this morning for gains that we put out to the group. It pumped nicely. We put out another ETH long that they kind of scalped to the downside. We'll take a look at ETH in a second. Bitcoin then boomed out the Bitcoin call. And we got the blast to the upside, which was awesome. We talked about how the bot got in and got out, and we saw exactly how it did it. And it was pretty seamless, so you got to love that. And then from there, and And we showed you that, and then we showed you, oh yeah, and then I made a trade on the NASDAQ that got taken out. Listen, on BTCC, we got something coming up here, all right? You could win an all-inclusive trip to Token 2049 in Singapore and meet me and attend the exclusive BTCC parties and events, including the F1 Grand Prix. Like, I'm going to be hanging out at F1, having a blast in Singapore, you know what I mean? In the VIP section, doing our thing, and you're going to be there with me, having a blast. You're going to be part of a journey of a lifetime. You'll never forget it. So sign up to BTCC today, okay, on my affiliate link with the code LIFER3333, LIFER with 3 3s. Fill in the competition form to be eligible, along with reaching a volume of 1 million on the platform, all right? You do have to be in the trading group, all right? This is exclusive to the trading group. So I just want to dig up the link for you. This is for you guys. It's something we cooked up. We felt like it would be a really awesome opportunity for everybody to do this. And I said, man, and the BTC came up with it, right? Yes, they benefit. A lot of people, hopefully more people will trade on the link and all that. But this really comes down to what it is. So here's the link. All right, when you hit the link, it'll take you to your own Google account. And you can sign into that form, right? This link is only going to be posted to my trading group, okay? So you gotta join the trading group. So think about it. You join the trading group, it costs $99. And then you only have to get your volume up to 1 million. That's, to me, reaching a total volume of 1 million on the platform. That's not hard to do using leverage. You see what I'm saying? It's not hard to do at all. You'd be surprised how quick you get to $1 million in volume. So we sold the top of the NASDAQ this morning. Bitcoin came down a little bit too. We're kind of managing the trade very well. And see, being in a position sometimes is not really, but don't worry about how much you're up or down. Worry that, it's more about, did you solidify a position where you could likely not get stopped out at? That's the key, see, because this could turn into way more money if it's positioned right. It's not about where you're at. Like, it's just, can I hold on? Like, basically, is this a great place where if they move price up and down, I'm still going to be in the trade? If you stare at the money the whole time and that affects you, I hope you know what I'm saying. Like this is a great place to be right now because I can't lose, and there's still a chance I can win. And I've challenged the fact that they could come get me, and I'm still safe. So, this is actually a better place. It's almost like this is the basketball team. When you're down 4 in basketball, it's almost better in the last 3 minutes because the other team has that, like, are they going to, and you know what I mean? It's like there's that weird thing where you're down, but it's almost like a better position to be in. Same in football, like you're down by 3 and you're about to go in for the touchdown. With you'd rather be down by 3 towards the end of the game almost than be the team that's up. In a way, because, you could get that, you could end the game and throw the touchdown. Anyway, enough about non-charting. But anyway, so Bitcoin. Looking beautiful, and I'm a little excited today too with the 100K. So, also, now's a great time to get into Weeks. All my Weeks affiliates get free VIP6, which is a 50% reduction in fees. So if you don't like fees and you want less fees, everyone under my link on Weeks right now does get a 50% reduction on their fees. So that's also pretty good. So because I've been banging on them and all the exchanges see how hard I work, they're like, man, we're not going to take advantage of your community. We're going to give to your community. So BTCC Exchange, sign up today. Use the link. I have the link here in the pinned comment. All right, at the top of all of the videos in the live chat here. And you can sign up to BTCC, make some trades, get to that $1 million in volume, sign up, and we're going to pick somebody that hits $1 million in volume, baby, to come with me to Token 2049 in Singapore. Wow, so they're selling off right now. It looks like we're going to get pinged off right here. And this may be, shoulda, woulda, coulda sold with the bot. Take my $90. Looks like a world liquidity grab right now, too, because you see the NASDAQ is flipping to the downside. Right? Yeah, it really is it. I haven't got into 1 million with 1K of trading with leverage. Exactly. Intergalactic planetary. I love that song. Liver, give us only the best exchanges. Well, I meet with the people and they talk to me and they're real people. Like everyone looks at these exchanges like they're just like these before, because when you're in crypto, an exchange is just this random place of people you don't know. They're like, FTX made people really weary and sketchy. Like faceless places where, and I go out now and travel the world and I meet these people and I see that they're real people, man. And they run real businesses and they care about what they do. And I want to make connections with those types of people and build businesses together. And the exchange business is a great business. People have to buy and sell coins. You can't move any industry without an exchange. Just how it works. So Hyperliquid to me is most likely to make a couple right shoulders here and continue to pump. Both of these scenarios are up for me. I don't know exactly how it's going to play out, but I do believe that a stop below 36 won't get hit before we hit 62, and I'm in there. So I'm taking a big swing trade here on Hyperliquid, going for some gains. So I'm just kind of giving you what I'm into. Let's take a look at FSR. Someone brought up a new coin here that I've never heard about, so write this down. FSR on Solana. Future AI. Let's take a look at Future. Tiny market cap. Very tiny. I know nothing about this thing, so be careful. Very, very small. I don't know if I'd ever even put something in this small on a in the meme kind of world. Let's look at the website. What the heck is it? Future AI. AI reads the feed so you can ride the wave. Launch the call, so try the demo view. Interesting. Fusion tracks crypto tweets and news in real time using AI so you can catch trends where they take off and fast, simple, and free during our open beta. Damn, I don't even want to tell people about this thing. I want to keep it to myself. This thing is hot. Dude, our AI-driven services, dude, don't tell anyone about this. Yo, this is so hot. I'm serious, though. Like, dang, man, my channel uncovers some gems, bro. Extreme intelligence, real-time sophisticated scraping and analysis framework. Dude, who wouldn't pay for this? Of course you would pay for this. How does join the free beta? Of course I'm going to join the free beta. Do I look stupid? I hope it works. I'm going to try it out. This looks awesome. Put this on my to-do list for the day. Future AI. Unbelievable. And again, I know people that come to this channel and I get to know them. And so someone will give me a pick and I'll know the kind of brain. Like, oh, that guy likes to deep dive AI and, or this person like, and they'll be in certain coins that I'm into too. They're like are kind of more nerdy. I'm just saying, I can tell who deep dives and who doesn't. And then that person will show up a lot. And the guy who gave us this is a heavy deep diver. And I've known him to catch gems before. We have people that actually have a reputation of hitting gems on this channel. They show up with me and they show us some gems. So keep showing up every day. QUBIC, I first saw on Giver's Gain 111 BG weeks ago, man. Bang, bang, bang. QUBIC, we learned over QUBIC like probably when it first came out. Like the nerds, see QUBIC, the nerds were into QUBIC. Like the heavy, heavy nerds, they were into QUBIC. They liked it. They felt like it had the good tech. They felt like it could win. So look, I have a flag here on QUBIC going up 40%. And you can see it clearly broke out of the flag to the upside. It came up, came back down, and went back up again. Eventually did hit the target there. QUBIC, I don't know what's got the E5. All this, I guess it's got zero. I don't know. It's pretty strange there. But that's how they're doing zeros now or something, I think, maybe. I don't know. I can only assume. The daily looks good to me. Like it's going to continue to go to the upside, and it just recently broke out. I would be watching it on this 3-hour, 4-hour time frame here. QUBIC. I keep calling it QBit, but it's QUBIC. QUBIC. Like it's QUBIC. A cubic zirconia, get it? Like, yeah. QUBIC. I mean, touch that 21, get into a flag. I see this thing continuing to that 3437. Can you tell us about Maze? It's been hot recently. Is that Maze or Maze? I think that had two. I thought it had two Z's in it. Like this, Maze, right? I don't know, though. I could be wrong. We may be talking about two different coins. This doesn't look that hot recently, I'll tell you that. Maze Therapeutics. Is this on the NASDAQ? I don't know. You'd have to tell me if it's on the NASDAQ or not. Shout out to Arab Ben. What I'll do here now is, and we'll check Maze here. A Maze World. I don't know. I'm not finding it. Yeah. Let me take a look at the Pi cycle chart. Pi, USDT, Pi network. Oh, no, he wanted me to look at Pi cycle. That's what he wanted me to look at, huh? Let me take a look here. What's happening? on the fan funding. Okay, so good morning. Best mentor in the TA space. God bless you. Guillermo Muck, thank you, Guillermo. Mr. Muck, I love you. Live, laugh, and love 10X. We love you too. And we read all these super chats. I don't want to be rude here. We went through them. Fusion AR, we looked at that. AI chat on Dex, market cap. Yeah, that thing looks hot. Ivan Roque, you look like you found something pretty cool. Just when you look at the overall thesis of it, it's what we're looking for. I've watched you daily for a year. God bless you. Beginner's luck. XRP 4827 ETH 22 to 38. I need education. Love you. I love your energy. Shout out to you, man. You're doing great. Just keep trucking along. 100K, let's go. Can we look at ONDO on the 3-day? We'll take a look at that. Let the road to a million begin. God bless you. God bless you. Production department, first super chat. We love you, man. Andre Mateo Music. Where do you see the pie chart in comparison with the weekly monthly? Oh, the pie cycle chart. Yeah, that's what he's asking for. We'll look at pie cycle towards the end of the stream. All right, at about 11:45. Remind me, pie cycle. And I'm going to talk about the pie cycle towards the end of the stream. Hard to stream with these belts on. I can only do it for a couple days, and then I'm going to probably cash it in. They don't, it's just, But it is what it is. I mean, you got to have the belt on, right? Oh, it's this one. You got to have this one up. There we go. You know what? I got to make this one a little smaller, and it will sit the way it's supposed to sit. That's really what it comes down to. We'll fix this. Nobody cares about the belts, though. I get it. And again, it's getting to my head, right? Yeah. That's what they were going to say. As I go through super chat after super chat tirelessly and never fail, And my team was going to scan through all the super chats. But yeah, I don't know which maze he's talking about. Congratulations on 100K, Sammy. Bitcoin dominance, please. Shout out to Carlos Alejandre asking about Bitcoin dominance. And that's an intelligent man right there looking. TN 5 protocol, Lazaro. Everyone likes this 5 protocol. People really seem to like it. They say it's connected. Let's take a look at 5. 5 protocol, very small market cap. All right. And we were looking for it to kind of Fibonacci its way back down. So far, it's doing kind of exactly that, right? Previous resistance is support right there. So you would expect a possible bounce, pull the fib off a little bit so we can see clearly. The next leg up would be here. So you would say that your accumulation range would be in here. And I always like to make the border like fun and more exciting. Make the background like yellow or something. Yeah, so that would be your accumulation range. Right in there, in my humble opinion. And you can see the cup and handle beginning to form, right? This big cup with the handle. And then you want to pull your Fibonacci, which we did already. I forgot I did because I'm so used to doing that. I just accustomed. And you get your 786 fib retracement, which would be absolutely perfect for the bounce on Phi Sol. And that could propel it further to the upside. TA looks pretty interesting to me there as it's making higher highs in an uptrend. The trend's your friend until it's not. It's still in a trend. It's making a higher low as long as it stays above 00177.4. That structure remains bullish to me. And they got me. After all that, they got us. They put us back inside the pattern. We didn't lose the 200 moving average on the 15-minute though. It almost looks like a bullish retest of this trend line, but we could say we're in a bigger pattern. Larger consolidation. It's just going to take a little bit longer now for us to break out of this bigger pattern. Like it wasn't a breakout, it's a consolidation pattern. And again, people say patterns don't work because you keep changing them. Life doesn't work. It keeps changing on you. So like if you thought life wasn't like patterns or patterns wasn't like life, then you just weren't, And it's crazy. Honestly, they faked me out. Like I didn't expect the 4 hour to break out that hard and come back down. It may continue to pump there too. We don't know. So this is why I'm going to go to the 1 hour and make sense of the 1 hour. Definitely a rejection by the top of the trend line, or possible a breakout and it's going to retest yet again. Both of these are valid. Two people could trade both of these, and if they played out, they played out. That's another thing I teach people. You could play this, the retest, and it could bounce off the retest, and you could win. You could play this and say, when it comes to the trend line, I'm looking for these key areas and get in when it consolidates somewhere over here. No one has to be right or wrong, and you don't have to prove what you are to anybody in your TA. If I if I basically project this and it goes sideways, I get in here and I put a stop loss there and I win the trade, do I have to prove anything to anybody? No. I know what I did over time. Too many people are afraid of what everyone else looks at their and it's like, look at what, who gives a damn? Most people aren't going to put in the work you're putting in as a lifer. We're in the top 1% of people that put in the work. Period. That's why we're in the top 1% financially, just because we're in the top 1% of people that produce. If you produce value to any market that you're in, right? So this is what we're watching here on the 1 hour time frame. I'm looking for this sideways price action and a continuation. I'm not giving up on this idea. Now it tells me Bitcoin could get to $128,000. I could enter the trade right now and sit in it for the rest of the day. It is touching the 21 above the 200 in a flag, which is my signal on the 1 hour time frame. Just not perfectly where I want it to be just yet. This is how I project my trades. Again, so then we'd be back to that same idea with the 15-minute, getting the bounce off that 618. And it could even dump even more. We don't know. It doesn't have to do anything. Now I watch the 1 hour. Now, if the 15-minute loses the 200 moving average and starts to dump, this could dump. Then we're going to look at the 1 hour 200. Then we could start saying, well, this looked like a little bit like tweezer, cat ears. And we may make a move back down. I'm open. You got to be open-minded to everything and take advantage of the probability in front of you. This is hard for beginners because the beginner wants an expert to tell them exactly what to do. And when an expert slips from there to there, they're a flip-flopper that doesn't know what they're doing. You get it? Because they don't understand how versatile you have to be. They believe you're flipping. I've seen many people correct a beginner on the channel, say, hey, no. Like, you have to understand we're playing chess here. When you play chess, you don't know which way you're going. You don't know which way you're going. All right? Shout out to everybody here on the channel. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. And I think I'm just going to use one belt here because it's just, both belts are cool. Well, the silver belt rocks out with the blue. It looks fresh, right? And just one belt at a time over here. And it sits better. So anyway, let's move forward. We're going to deep dive a bunch of altcoins right now. Have some fun. We're going to go through every single super chat that you sent. Don't get me, you guys, oh, he's big and he's not going to go through the super chats. We're going to go through Rose, SWIF. I don't even like looking at SWIF because I don't want to be one of the people that like, you know what I mean? We found it early. I looked like it was going to pump. Remember when I saw it? I said, that looks good to me. The TA did look good, and it did get the initial pump. Listen, they know how to do that. They know how to make even the TA look good so people will jump on in. Think about it. So this thing was like, yeah. Remember, I put it out here, said if you could make a flag, continue up. We put it there, too, and it looked like it could pump, and it did. We found this thing pretty dang early, if I remember correctly, on the channel. Someone gave it to us when it was, like, very small. And then I heard something happen there with a massive dump there, right? Again, looks just like a rugger. Not much else really to talk about. Will it come back? Who knows? I'd rather just stay away from it. I didn't touch it. I never bought it. We did see it on the channel. Someone super chatted it because it was, people are going to ask me about coins that are popular. We go over the charts every day. So if something makes it through the internet, it's going to pass through our channel. Now we're going to go through the fluff and make sure it's not nonsense. And that's what we do here. That's why I don't just put out anything that people ask me because I don't know. And I don't want that our space to be polluted, if you know what I'm saying. I want this channel to be free. And that's why I don't take paid, if someone says, hey, talk about my coin, I'll give you some. No. We don't do that. People could DM us and say, hey, if you just mention my coin, I'll give you a couple grand. You know what I mean? We don't do anything of that nature. There's no need to do that. I get, I love the education vibe. I like what we do. And I like how we're not coupled with all the other nonsense. So how do we help you change your life? That's the goal today. Number one, we help you get disciplined by learning a new skill. Today, you're going to get better technical analysis than you were yesterday. Period. From there, what are we going to do from there? We're going to work on it. All right? We're going to work on your discipline. Maybe you wake up an hour earlier, a half an hour. Maybe you start with 10 minutes earlier today. So look at this Rose, shoulder, head, right shoulder. This thing looks like it's about to blast to the upside. I tell you what, a long position here as DeFi starts to grow, and I could see Rose pumping. I'd keep it below the neckline of the two shoulders, my stop, and there's definitely a possibility of a move here for Rose. I like what I'm seeing for Rose on the daily time frame. About to crack that 200 moving average and get busy, and then you know what happens when that happens. So you're kind of, this one you're front running it, but I bet it's above it on the 4 hour, just based on the way this coin is moving and the liquidity it has. Let's take a look at the 4 hour time frame, but I'm almost positive it's above its 200 moving average. It is, see? And it just got a spike. Look for it to come on down. I don't know if it's the buy right now, Like Bitcoin. Bitcoin will come back to the bottom of the channel, so will Rose. Look for another little right shoulder here on the 4 hour. But look for the bigger tightness. So you either trade the daily with a bigger idea. So I either trade the daily with a bigger idea, and I know there's going to be some drawdown on the smaller time frame. Or I watch the small time frame like a hawk and look for a better entry. Those are both my decisions, whether I want to or not. Sometimes I don't want drawdown and I can't handle it. Sometimes I'm like, why go through it if I know I'm going to get a better price? Some days I don't have the time, but the daily looks good, so I just throw it in there and I come back a few days later. And I got the gain, and I don't really know if I got the drawdown or not, and it doesn't matter to me. All I know is that I got into the daily and let the daily do its thing. You pick your time frames and you pick your poison and you let it run. Bitcoin so close to an all-time high. Altcoins ripping. Everybody wilding out. And $312 in chat revenue. You people are absolutely amazing. I can't. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, and may God bless everybody here on the channel. Rose looks interesting to me. I like what I'm seeing here with Rose. And thank you for the super chat, brother. God bless you. And we're just going to go backwards because it's easier for me, even though I'm sorry. Congratulations, Sammy. Can we look at Bitcoin dominance? Of course we can. Let's take a look at the old Bitcoin dominance. In the bear flag, dropping to the downside, we found this head and shoulder pattern that looked like it was going to dumpski. It did that. Looks like it's attempting to find some type of bottom here now. Bitcoin dominance. So we're going to do a whole top-down analysis on it like I do every time because it's just easier for me to reset my parameters. I mean, right off the bat, look what I see. This is a slanted head and shoulder. I saw this the other day on Bitcoin take a dump on like the 15-minute. And there's a head and shoulder here. This is about to let go, man. Bitcoin dominance is about to drop like an anvil. This thing is over. People are going to really choose. Think about it. There's big news right now for altcoins in a major way. Institutional news now. Chainlink being bought up like you read about. Being hailed as the next RWA king. You know what I mean? Behind the scenes. And they didn't want you to know, so they didn't pump that thing. They were accumulating what they were going to use to build the new system. The XRP. Behind the system with the new SWIFT. 100% XRP's new SWIFT. It's behind the scenes with the governments, with banks. It's connected to the SBS. It's connected to SBI in Japan, right? It's basically going to become they want to become the new bank of international settlement, the international bank of the IBS. They want to become the new IMF, the BIS, Bank of International Settlements. They want to become the new BIS, the new IMF. They're trying to replace, the whole Christine Lagarde. They're trying to replace the old guard, Christine Lagarde, the old guard, huh? The old guard, the old bird. But seriously, she has a peacock ass. No, I'm just messing around. She's a sweetheart. God bless her. But anyway, so we're looking for Bitcoin dominance to drop further to the downside here. Possibly 53% gains. 53% is where we're going on the percentage. So, yeah. I see more downside, and I see altcoins about to lift off. Also, the dollar's starting to drop. Why would you want to be in a pegged asset to the dollar? Not a good look, right, at all. Not a good look at all. And look, here's the dollar. And what I see happening for the dollar is, yes, maybe some sideways price action as it attempts this bullish divvy here and tries to hold its horses. But, only over time, I just see it making a bear flag. So we may get some consolidation. Bitcoin goes sideways, but it's just getting ready for the U.S. tether dominance to continue to dump. So I don't look at Bitcoin dominance without also looking at tether dominance. Shoulder, head, right shoulder to the downside. Definitely looks like it could propel us further down. So, man, I'm so excited to be here. These are the days to be alive. These are the days to reflect on how hard we worked to get here. There was so much bearishness at 84,000, 90K. When everyone said we were going lower, we kept buying more. We used the fear and greed index, and when it hit 10, we decided it was time to buy more. Last week, it was 54. We decided it was time to buy more. Never, ever used fear to run away. We used fear to make a gain. Fear is actually the greatest gain you could ever have. See, I learned one day that fear was my friend. That fear gave me the lowest prices that I could propel. So once you 10x, 20x, and 100x, you went back, you're like, when did I buy? You're like, well, I bought when there was fear. You buy once in the fear and get rewarded. Good job. You buy twice in the fear, get rewarded. I bought in the fear like 10 times now. So now I laugh when we hit fear because I'm like, oh, that's money. So I see fear as actually money. Like when I see fear, I see a multi-million-dollar home. Now, before I saw fear and I was scared like everybody else, but I've switched my mindset. Like my mind has changed. That's neuroplasticity. You change the way your mind works. You change the way you interpret messages from the market, and you actually change the way you trade. Your emotions disappear because you have a system that's worked for you. And now you've done it numerous times. You've bought suits. You've traveled the world. You've made gains. Eventually, you can prove to people that you make the gains because you can sell that information, right? Bitcoin finally getting the bounce, looking okay. Holding 120,005, which is where we need to be. I actually don't mind this trade right here. I may get back into it right now. Because the higher it goes, the more I lose that percentage, the higher I have to put up that stop. So we're going to 128,317. And the stop loss has to be at 117,921. And I just have to play by these parameters. And we could go 900 for 2,700 bucks. I'd like to double down after we find out where we're going. So we start with 382 for 1,100. All right. Ooh, one thing I don't like is the liquidation. The margin's 287. It's small. So there, I can lose 192. Not a huge fan. I'd like to be lower than that low. I'd have to lower the leverage here and look at the game again. Being a little more careless because it's a smaller account. But I do like where we're at here on that 21. And I like 125 as psychological support too as well. If we can hold it. So I would like to add to this trade. If an hour from now we're over here, I'd like to double down into the same trade. That way I can only lose 200. We go from there. All right. So I rebought back into the trade, and I'm not over trading. Listen, I'm just taking shots and not losing and building. Look, the king of 3%, how I made over 3% in that trade right there. It's so funny, but hey, the guy's already up 3%. I'll make 3% faster than anybody ever meet. So funny game there. And now you're in the falling wedge in the 15. And falling wedge is what? They break up 68% of the time. It only gets sold off for so long, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. And back to the same thesis for Bitcoin. And then you definitely have a hidden bullish. You got swing down, but you got swing up. And now you're kind of parked at that 786, 886 even, if you took a mini fib. Which tells me that the local sell-off is pretty done. And we should be getting a bounce. But you never know. Remember, front-running that golden cross of the 4-hour time frame also is advantageous. But again, you'll learn all this stuff over time. You may not know it right now, but you'll learn it over time. What is this belt? This is the best TA of the best technical analysis of 2024. They give out the awards every August, and God bless you. And we also were very close to being the number one influencer in the game. As we were saying, like if you look influencer of the year, I was 21.7, and I bested Altcoin Daily at 21.8, which is the biggest channel in crypto, right? I think we're the biggest channel in crypto. Seriously, CryptoFace gets bigger views than me when he goes live too sometimes, so he's huge. But like I really think, and Banter's pretty big. I think us three really, Altcoin Daily does great on their views, but they don't live much, right? So I feel like we connect with the audience at a mass scale here, and we really move the industry. But and AJ does a lot, man. He does giveaways. He connects with a lot of people. His channel may not be huge, but he's out there. And he's grinding, he's putting himself out there, and he went through a lot too. He went through a lot. So I think like he stuck through the course, man, through all the ups and downs. And it's cool too to see a young father win, man. God bless his new family, man. That's a blessing. So here we go. We're getting the bounce here on the trade. Oop, I don't mean to show wins like that. Sorry. So we're getting a bounce here on the trade. So far, so good. Already getting the bounce. Kind of want to double down on that. Would like to double. I'm definitely drinking the Kool-Aid, and I'm more bullish than bearish here. It's another 4. So now we'll go like 7 for 27. $41,000 trade. All right, here we go. And eventually we want to get back to that $4,000 if we continue up, right? We'll see. The bottle continues. And we could lose the trade live, too. That's the thing about trading live in front of everyone. I could lose, and everyone will laugh at me. It's crazy how quick people will turn on me if I lose that trade. Like, oh, that guy was a good trader. Nah. Yeah. So funny. You lose one trade live, and people will run their mouth. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Let's take a look at what's happening and see what coins people are looking at. I like to look here. Okay, Layer 0 still been hot and up 26%. Succinct, Prove, another one. Towns on the radar. MyX finally had the pullback. Could be something worth trading because it was so hot recently. ENA just continues to rip. SWI back getting that pump, and some talks about SWI getting some other cool information. Zora's been hot. It finally pulled back. Even Bitcoin, one of the most visited, is one of those, Soon has been hot too. Solana and Cyber back in the mix. Pudgy Penguins may be something to swing trade too. Zora. So what I look for is hot coins on the low that no one knows about. Sat layer, very small. Slay, that could be huge. $21 million market cap, I would write that down. Public AI, huge, write that down. Sidekick, huge, write that down. Billions, write that down. Unique, write that down. Right? Succinct, Prove, that's actually been hot, and it actually may continue to be hot too, so write that down. 2 weeks from now, Unique will probably be a hot gainer up, 205, maybe 2 or 3x, and everyone's going to be like, oh, this has happened to us for the last few months. We see coins here, and they end up getting pretty crazy. Purgy Penguin, Gooner, that actually might go pretty far, man. I don't know why. It just got a funny little, the orange era, I don't know. Block, and these are the new coins coming out. You know what I mean? They could turn into absolutely zero, right? So remember, these are the most visited coins in the last 7 days, too. Some of these are coins that nobody even knows about yet. Satsuma Technology. So I write these down, I look at them, then we kind of deep dive them, and then, right? So, what I would like Lakochi to do, I'd like you to write these down that I just talked about. I'd like you to deep dive them and give me a report. I think that's something we can add to your weekly tasks. Would be pretty nice for me. We can give you an incentive there. Let me know. DM me, Lakochi. This could be something we could be, yeah. You're worth my last $10. Congrats on 100K. I saw it late last night, but was an affectionate moment. All the exchanges use a lot of US or need ID. All three that are up here are all up. 5 protocol came out on July 9th. It shows 3DK holders, such a small market cap. That's interesting. Congrats on 100K subs. The man with the plan, 777. Shout out to Mike Reinhardt. God bless you. Jordan, a member for a month. Congrats on 100K. Only up from here. Thank you. Congrats, Sammy, on 100K. All your success. God bless you, Bellico X. And then I'll look at the live chat, and my team will keep the live chats coming in. Noted. Thank you, Lakochi. So, Lakochi, write down, succinct, towns, unique, Billions Network, Sidekick, Public AI, and Sat Layer, and Satsuma. Write those down. We could even sit together once a week, and it'll be good for us to connect, and kind of work on it. I would have fun doing that. Like to see my peoples more often, Fuser AI had a nice dip now. If quick, I'm in. Great call, Sebi. Congrats on 100K. Very well deserved. 200K incoming. Shout out to Scottish Crypto. God bless you. It's amazing to watch a company take shape for the last 3 years. Great lessons for young people, Sammy. God bless you, man. I remember being here at 36K, and Sam was talking about getting to 50K and then 100. He really spoke it into fruition. What an amazing thing to be here for. Congrats on 100K, Sam. 150 on the way. God bless you, man. Thank you. So we're going to talk about the Pi Cycle chart towards the end of the stream. We got 20 more minutes. We'll break that down. We're going to hit Doge, B3, Sol, Ondo, Walrus, Maze Wrapped ETH on Deck Screener. Thank you so much for clearing that up for me. I had a screenshot at the start of the stream with the belt on your head, man. Yeah, man. I can bet that Sam Price will hit 1 million subs before Bitcoin hits 1 million. Love you, Sam. God bless you with every success in life. God will be here at 1 million subs. Thank you, Ramel Sharp. God bless you. Michael Cho, you have to learn to read the charts. I don't want any news, just the charts. Amen, brother. And shout out to the top fans, man. We got S-Light Music with 5,000 XP points, man. That's amazing. We got Griselda Corona, Reliable J, always in the mix. My man Randy Alwas is a newcomer who's hitting it hard recently. Jamal Antonio coming on in there. Scottish Crypto, Blazed 0420, Cody Mapwin, Rudy 007, and everyone. Jordan's World coming in at number 50. Wow, you people are, and Crypto Cal, all my people, man. Crypto Billy in there. David Kendall. God bless everybody here on the line. Oh, maybe I misspoke there. No, there, yeah, of course he is in there. Rave Song Records in there. My peoples, man. Worst comes to worst, my peoples come first, right? 100K, let's go, brother. SP. Talk your talk, you deserve it. Yeah, blessings on blessings, man. I still have 8 to 5, a lucrative gig, but you keep me sane. While I can focus on work, you focus on crypto. Always keep me up to speed. Thank you. Best 99 you can spend. I love hearing that. Because there are people that love their craft and they're not going to get out, but they love crypto. And so just come to, and I hope the trading group provides that for the people that are grinding. Like I had that wrinkle the whole time. All I had to do was kind of straighten it out. And then my tie needs to be tighter and folded in there. There you go. And then a little over to, there we I got a little Jim Carrey in me, all right? It happens. And I'm euphoric today, too. We have so much to cover, man. I see people leaving the stream, but I don't know why. I guess they get hungry, too. They want to go eat. It's the summertime still. So we covered a lot. Bitcoin dominance. Let me take a look at all the awesome chart. Yeah, exactly. Dilated people's my people. Congrats, Sam, on 100K. You overtook me 5 years doing this. Also, well-deserved. God bless Andy. Thank you so much, man. God bless you, Andy. Thank you. Hey, man, keep grinding, brother. It doesn't stop. Every single day, I never took a day off, man. No matter what, I traveled the world and brought all my equipment with me. I put myself through a lot of pain, a lot of anguish, but I loved it. I never stopped. I don't know, so many late nights. I was with my family all day at the beach, sun beating on me. 6 o'clock, my wife said, you got to go to your show when you get home. And I'd be like, man, I'm tired. I don't even know how I'm going to get through a show today. An hour later, I'm screaming at the screen, yelling. We got the charts booming. And I said, that was the best show of my life. And it happened to me so many times. I've been exhausted, did the show. I've been tired, did the show. It didn't matter how I felt. I did the show. I stayed disciplined no matter what. And I know people don't want to hear it. They get, get bored of the discipline. But that's life, man. That's life. Shout out to Andy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm 350 away. Oh, you're there, man. You nailed it. Then you got it too, brother. Hey, I was 350 away. Maybe I go back and forth, man, because I was up there, then I was back. You earned it, Sam. You worked hard. And I never bought an altcoin. I never bought any. I never bought subs. I never did any of that. It was every single day, one day at a time. And I didn't have a team. I started all by myself, and I hired people as I went. We talked about this bounce right here on the hidden bullish divergence, low stochastics. We even drew a Fibonacci. We did get the bounce. We got back into the trade. We showed you how that trade prevailed. We then doubled down into the trade. I made triple down into this trade, quadruple down into this trade. Good luck and God bless, Andy. God bless you, Andy. Andy, I love you, man. I like when you made that snowboarding video. Kind of brought me into your world, and I was like, this guy's cool, man. We talked about this bounce for Doge. 786 Fibonacci, that's money printer status. Ever since then, Doge has been bouncing off 19 to the upside. I see this headed to 35 cents and more. Doge, baby, Doge. And those entries below 18 were just amazing. Like, look, it just never looked back. It did go up and come all the way back down again. That's a hard hold if you were up huge, right? That was not easy. But, man, Doge, baby, Doge. And 2 cup and handles in a row. This one's headed up to 35 cents on the way. Now, diving into green candles there isn't the best idea, so you're going to have to kind of start looking for some type of flag here on the 4-hour time frame. Looks like we could make a rising wedge with the right shoulder, and that could propel us further to the upside. I would be looking for some type of right shoulder here, and for that local pump to 30 cents for Doge. Shout out to my peoples. Let's take a look at Sol Lana. We talked about getting into Sol. We went over the Sol chart in depth. We looked at Sol. Remember the 3-day when I gave so many calls on the 3-day chart before, Sol was going to pump? Sorry. Sol to me is about to break out of this bigger channel and rip to 450. I see Sol going on its next big leg, you see? Could take some time to March of 2026, and we get this beautiful rally. And we end up in massive gains here for Solana. I put $100,000 in Sol at $100. And so we're up 97,000, and I even added more when we were lower. Let's see what can happen here to Solana. I'm bullish on Sol booming to the upside. It's above the 200 moving average. In now with a stop below there, and I let it ride just like I do with a 1 minute. And you just sit there for weeks on end and let that thing just absolutely moon. Solana. Remember, we opened up a Sol trade on Jupe. That thing's still open. It's been open for months and years. I live in the Ukraine. Please pray for our people. One day I will join your group. It's my dream. You are very inspiring to me and give me motivation to not give up. Why don't you join it today, man? There's got to be something you could do right now. I would go find a rock. I could bang it into other rocks, and I would turn it into a sculpture, and I would sell it on the street and say this is a rock sculpture. I would go into sand and learn how sand mixed together, and I would make clay. I'd find a way to make free clay, and I'd turn it into pictures. I'd paint them, and I'd sell them as Christmas ornaments. I would do whatever I had to do to get into this trading group, man. Your dream is today. Your dream is right now. There's nothing stopping you from gaining the $99 a month to get in here. That's what everyone doesn't realize. There's nothing stopping me from becoming a multimillionaire. What was stopping me? It was my mind. There's nothing stopping anyone in here from wanting to make enough money to join my trading group. I don't care where you are in the world. Like you are unstoppable. You can make $99 a month. It's not a dream for you, brother. It's something that could happen probably next week if you put your mind to it. I'm telling you right now. I know you don't, and people say you don't know his scenario, you don't know where he's at in life, you don't know what opportunities arise in Ukraine, and I get that. And I'm not trying to be a know-it-all, but I'm just telling him I know that anyone that puts their energy into something all the way ends up winning big. And I've seen it happen to everyone, all the people that I've seen that went after it have won big. This trade will take weeks, probably months to play out. And you're only going to make about a double up, right? 200 to 400. So I'm not saying this is the great, but this is where I put big money in and let it ride over time. All right. Paid my 99 for a year in the last 2 days. Thank you, Sam. Please stay healthy. We need you. Gentle Malaj. He paid the 99 for a year in the last 2 days. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. If you're not order to take the 150 course, might be the best thing to do. Info you can never forget. 100% invest in yourself. I teach this class the last Saturday of every month. Jump on in today and grab that. All right. And don't forget the good Lord. Keep God on your side. And if you don't believe in God or you're struggling with that relationship, that's okay. I love you. And I don't look down on anybody because of what my journey prevailed. It's just what happened to me. I got close to God. I found that God worked for me. I believe it can work for others. There's an energy bigger than ourselves that once we tap into, we have unlimited energy. How do I show up every single day with this energy? It's not human. It's God is helping me, man. So we're looking for this to be an Adam and Eve double bottom to break out back to the upside. A bit overbought there on the 3-day and curving down still on the daily. Still looking tight. Not the best. And beat up. But I have faith that if the whole market rips up, this thing will be a ripper. And a 3307 could be the low buy right now for B3. I'm not into it. I don't care about it personally. I'm not trying to be rude. It's not my thing, but I hope it does well for whoever's curious about it. Let's take a look at ASF and see what's happening to ASF, which I don't think I've heard, or I heard about it once or twice. Asymmetry finance token. I already like the idea of it. Like, it sounds like it's DeFi AI, like it'll asymmetrically move your stuff around for you as you're in. That's kind of what we want. That's what everyone looks for, right? Let's take a look if that's really what it is. And if it has a proper website. USDA5 stablecoins your way. Borrow with your Bitcoin and yield-bearing stablecoins. As users set fixed interest rates immutable forever. Interesting. Meet stablecoins. USDAF, the stablecoin of the future. An inflation-resistant stablecoin. High yield, real yield, transparent yield. Always redeemable, no cooldown. Stake your stables and outpace inflation. With auto-compounding, set and forget vaults. The vaults accept USDAF and AMP USD, respectively, and split them optimally across underlying stability pools, automatically harvesting auto-compounding so you can earn in one click. It all sounds great, but because of so many exploitations, I always get nervous. You know? Next thing you know, you find out there was an exploit. So DeFi is cool, but it's not there yet because even I'm skeptical, and I've been doing it for a long time. Earned 25%, most liquid high yield, CVX wrapper, AFCVX, so convex finance. Now I'm getting back into DeFi, and you realize why certain coins are pumping, because they'll have high yield. So people will buy that coin, send it in, and it pumps the coin's price because people are running in to get the yield. The yield pumps the price, the coin pumps the yield, and they go back and forth together. It's quite interesting. Science says, show me a little and believe. Faith says, believe, and I'll show you. Congratulations for 100K, Sammy. Sorry, a little late on the stream. God bless you, Valaga Streams. We love you, man. Valaga Streams. Malowski, can you stake Sol on Polkadot's hydration? Thank you. Look at Ondo Wall Maze on Deck Screener. Bitcoin ripping up 33% from that trade that we just made and looking pretty nicely at 121,250. All kind of going our way for a possible bigger pump here to the upside for BTC. And for me, I feel like it's even closer in the flag here if we make it a bit tighter. It's tight like a tiger. Tony the Tiger tight there. So I see a move coming. 128K for Bitcoin. I mean, you heard it here first on the channel. Bang, bang, bang. And Bitcoin bounced just like we talked about on the 15-minute. We were looking for this, and we did get it. And we managed to trade without losing any money. Stop loss above the last price, back in with the gain. See? Again, we didn't beat ourselves up. We didn't get all upset about what or did not happen. I was grateful for the experience. And I knew, and I learned a lot. Like today, I learned a lot about trading. Even if I hit break even there, I learned a lot. The key is if you're bringing in information every day for your subconscious mind when trading, you're winning. So look, we talked about Ondo breaking out down here. So far, good. We talked about the flag. It broke out. Ondo in the money from the 94 level entry, and that says it's headed up to 147. Now, what you can even do for Ondo is start to kind of put it here inside of the triangle. You see, now it's formed the triangle with the inverted head and shoulder inside. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Look for a couple little bit of tightness and then a continuation to the upside for Ondo. And I'm in Ondo personally. I see it going to 165 and beyond into some bigger levels. This is just the beginning for Ondo, in my humble opinion. So I'm long Ondo. We got in at 94 and I got in back at 60. It's 60 and we've been buying it for a long time. All right. Okay, he says coin super chats are closed for the day. We have 7 more minutes left, and we got to do a few more and get to the pi cycle chart. I don't want to make them. I mean, I wish we could. I guess we could always be nice to everybody. I never want to be closed for anybody. Someone could just be coming. You know why? I remember when I was down and out and depressed. I usually wasn't on time. I usually was a mess, and I could see someone coming to my stream late, just at the last minute, like, "Hey, could you just look at this? I don't know." And I'll be like, "No, we're closed," and I'll feel so sad inside. You know what I mean? Like that I couldn't help that person. You know, when you're a great entrepreneur, you care about every customer as if they were your kids, man. You treat customers like they were you. You care about every customer's heart like it was your heart. If you do that, my God, your business will soar. If you sell something to a customer and they come back and say, you know, it broke right after I got it, and you literally, with like all your heart, feel so, you're like, man, I want to give you one extra one, and I want to do whatever I can to make sure you never feel that way again, because that is a horrible feeling. I feel the same way to my Airbnb. I own Airbnb, and I feel the same way to my Airbnb customers. I want you to feel amazing. I don't want you to have any issues. If I find out you have one issue, I want to go out of my way to make sure that you are okay. You know what I'm saying? I never want someone to be like, well, the AC didn't work or something wasn't right. I mean, that is upsetting. I look like it was me sitting in that bed, sweating the same way as you. So all my businesses, I treat anyone who interacts with it as if they were me. And if you do that, I'm telling you right now, that is the best way to grow your business, man, because you will put so much effort into it, because who's not going to take care of themselves the right way? As long as you're aligned, right? Someone asked about Walrus Underground Crypto. I like it. I want to see it consolidate a little bit here, though. Looks like it could make a quick pump to the upside, though, on a scalp on the smaller time frames. But on the bigger idea, look for it to consolidate to 52 cents. Out the break, out the flag. For sure. Heart in business, hard to find in my trade. I know, right? Real-world assets associated with global finance. XRP, XLM, HBAR, Link, Ondo, ADA, XTC, and Algo. 100%. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. And that's like known to all of us, but maybe not to the beginners in the group. So I'm actually going to post that to the group because that's a good way to just consolidate some of that knowledge. This week is going to be a way different screen share. This weekly screen share is going to blow your mind. After the summer, after the slowdown, we're going to start breaking down categories of altcoins again. We're going to start really showing the portfolio and breaking down what's happening. We're going to look into DeFi AI. We're going to look at DeFi science, decentralized science. We're going to really break it down. Sammy, Billy has pants. You might need to talk to him about it. All right, man. Thank you. Shout out to Vegas Claw. Did we take a look at AVAX already? I took your trade and loss. Can you reimburse me? That's so weird. Why did you lose? Doesn't make any sense. We're up in the trade, though. We never lost, so how could you have taken the trade and lost? The rate cut odds on the watch tool just went to 100%. Yeah, let's take a look at that, the CME watch tool, and talk about the rate cut. I like you saying that. Then I'm going to look at the Pi cycle, and then we're going to jump on out of here for the day. This stream just absolutely flew by. It was one of the fastest streams I ever had. So let's take a look. It's a 99% chance that they're going to cut the rate. 99% chance they cut that rate. The only sad thing about this is, aren't we going to front run it then? Aren't we going to front run it? Maze for wrapped ETH. There it is. Wow, a tiny market cap. Right below $1 million. Ripped out of nowhere to the upside. What does it do? What are they talking about? The Maze app. Anonymous registration, AI-driven safety, decentralized infrastructure, exceptional anonymity and security, secure and anonymous communication platform. The next generation communication designed to prioritize privacy, security, and freedom for its users. Aims to create a platform where users can connect and interact with absolute confidence, and does so by combining cutting-edge cryptography, decentralized architecture, and blockchain. End-to-end encryption, anonymous one-time chats. I like it. I've been looking, everybody wants this. This is how it should be. I like it. This looks interesting, man. Thank you. I don't love the chart, but it just started, so you got to kind of give it some time, right? So this is something like I would put like $500 in and then just hold, but I don't know if I'm there yet. I'm just not there yet. What day is the rate cut? September 17th, if I'm correct. Let me double check on that. But I believe it's September 17th. It's going to be that rate. September 17th is the day of the Fed meeting. Yeah. I'm about a little over a month and 4 days from now. All right. Kin 4, more hours of streaming. I know, right? Thank you, Sammy. Shout out to Lord of the Rings Vlogs. God bless you, brother. Thank you. And shout out to everyone that helped me get to 100,000 subs. I greatly appreciate that. But it's just a number. I still got to work my butt off. We still got to sell the local top of the NASDAQ in front of you and make sure you make gains. Bitcoin curling over now. Going Sid's way over here. And again, I'm all about constantly covering the chart. You don't want to lose money, especially if you trade big like me. There you go. Congrats, sir. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you, brother. Last thing I want to look at is the Pi cycle chart. And he was talking about the Pi cycle in connection to the monthly, because we were looking at that $190,000, $200,000 level, right? Let's take a look here. And I like to look at my old work. We did this like previously, right? We were looking, what are we going to do on the weekly? We got the bounce, baby. So on the Pi cycle, what I do, we go to the plus, right? Double click. Get rid of that. Double click on this. We want to see price action. And I want to go down to, I want to stay in only one, but my template, I want to change to Pi cycle. Then I want to hit Alt L, and I want to go to like the weekly and zoom in here and get rid of the stock to flow, which is actually still kind of doing its thing. But so whenever these red and green line cross, that tells me that we're going to have a top for Bitcoin. So they get wide, they start the curve, and then we get the massive acceleration in price action. A couple dips along the way, and then when these cross finally, like right there, top, right there, top, right there, top. It called the top, the top, the top, the top. It called the top every time. It didn't call this double top. It called that top, though, and then I was able to ride that back up. So it's still, you know, you can't just go blind. But I did make a video about it right here on my channel saying this is how we would find the top. And it was right that last time. And so the same thing here to me. And so if I look at it, how it moves, it kind of, right, gets wide, and then you're going to get this acceleration. So it gets wide, right, and then you're going to get this acceleration. And when you really look at it, like, and this could kind of come down too. And so, yeah, I mean, I get this $180 to $200,000 level, or we're going to get a top. It just makes sense. What people are realizing, what I'm starting to realize too, is this. Look at this. When something goes parabolic and it starts to go sideways, you don't want it to keep going up. They said it's diminishing returns, but no. You want consolidation. See that? They don't have a little bit of a dip, maybe 100K, 90K, and then it starts its next leg, and then a little dip, and basically he's telling me that, I mean, look, that's $4 million Bitcoin. I think a little like 2028, could it be $4 million in 3 years? I don't think so, the way the pi cycle, but it looks like it could be somewhere by, you know, I'd say it could be 500,000. Definitely, I'd say 500,000 by 2030 for sure, if not more, right? Someone asked about Morpho, Minsky. Let's take a look at Morpho. And I have looked at Morpho. It's on the radar. So nice little bounce there for Bitcoin. And now we're getting a cup and handle, you see? Let's take a look at on the 5-minute time frame. You can see there's a cup and handle there. Again, everything is happening in its conjunctional state. So like, look, you pull this. That's the bounce off the 0.5 Fibonacci, you know? Very small. Like inside of this micro, you're getting there's the cup and the handle, which suggests that you will break to the upside. And that's why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy on the 5-minute time frame. Previous resistance becomes support. Resistance, bounce. You should be able to hold that. Gap in the VRVP, back up to the high volume node. So I see, you know, all is well that ends well. We stay inside the trade. No reason to freak out. And we have a stop loss and we're covered in case things don't go our way. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I'm long. Will I get wrecked? Why do you always do that, Jason? I love you, man, but I never get the whole weird, like, I'm long, like, will I get wrecked? Like, all the weird trolling kind of like I'm long here, I'm there. I guess, I don't know, man. I hope you go all the way, bro. I think you're just being funny with me, I guess, right? Well, I don't know, man. Do whatever you like. I hope you win, man. I'm long. Let's go. Right? Did you take your creatine? You're funny, man. Don't be pushed around by the fans in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. I love you, brother. Thank you. I think you'll get... Yeah, Jason, you're definitely going to get wrecked. Hey, Sam, been following since Remote Chief. Wow, you've been like, that's old school, man. That's old school. Old school, man. Yeah. I got stung by 4 wasps yesterday. I did. My daughter got stung at a little local park. I went back to look at it. I saw the little nest. There was a toy that my daughter left. I said, I'm going to get those wasps for getting my daughter, man. And I kind of crept on them, and they can sense. Like, I had this feeling, and then my mind was like, I'm going to go right. And I didn't even move yet. My mind was ready to move. And they're like psychic, man. The second my mind was ready to move, the sentinel came out and started like, and I backed away. So then I came around the left side. It was a tiny nest. It was like a little smaller than my fist. I was going to smash it, and I saw like 6 of them. So I came in really hard around the corner to smash them up, and I came in really, when I came in, they just swarmed me, man, and they got me in the arm, they got me in the leg, they got me in the back. I threw my phone. My wallet fell off the phone because I have one of these magnetic phones, right? I ran home to my wife, and I was like, they got me. I got on the golf cart and drove home, right? In the golf cart. And so I get back, and I tell my wife what happened. She's like, you're such a moron. She's like, what is wrong with you? She's like, you're a fool. She's like, what is wrong with you? She's like, you knew they were there, and then you still went in there like a moron. I was like, dude, I just thought I could get them, you know? I just thought I could get them. And she's like, you are like, the nanny. She's like, what happened? I was like, I thought. And she's like, the nanny just looked at me like, men are just so stupid. They roll their eyes at men, how dumb men are, you know? And then it doesn't hurt that bad. It was mud wasps. Within 2 hours, I was back to normal, but it hurt pretty bad at the time, you know? And it was just crazy, right? So, yeah. Life battles the wasp. It was crazy, man. It was insanity. Like, Brake cleaner, my man. Yeah, I heard that too. I made money from these videos for months. Take your losses. No crying. Shout out to Brian Kraft. God bless you. Thank you. Yeah, more people have made gains than loss. That's why I'm still here and people don't hate on me. You get it? There's obviously going to be a few people that don't do the right thing all the time. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jason Casper. Check out his channel. The dude's unbelievably amazing. Trades his butt off. One of the hardest working traders in the game. Shout out to Stack McChain. Shout out to Mr. Butters. Shout out to Lakochi Coker. Shout out to Victor Navarro. Shout out to Brian Kraft. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you. Amen. Sammy always brings it. So we're still in the live trade. We're up in the live trade too. So we show you live trade. See, the thing about a lot of other streamers, they show you this live trade they opened like days ago and they just keep showing it. I get in and out on the stream all the time. Like you'll see me sell, get back in, sell, get back in. Sometimes I make 4 or 5 trades on the same stream, right? We scalp, I show you kind of how price action moves. We deep dive, we have fun. Right? Plunges are apparently effective against yellow. You guys are funny, man. A plunger would have worked a little better for me because I would have encapsulated them pretty fast. And then just plunged them to death inside of the plungers. Might have been a good idea. Maybe I'll go back with a plunger today. You know what I mean? No, I'm not going back. I'm going to call like the local groundskeepers and tell them that there's another thing, guys, I don't want to leave the wasp for the kids, man. I said, what if a kid comes here later today and gets stung? So I was trying to get rid of that nest and I got wasped up, you know? Anyway, God bless everybody here on the stream. I'll be deep diving altcoins and having a blast. We took a deep dive on Bitcoin. We showed you the bot that played out. Again, you have links to all the different things I talked about. You can join the trading group. We want to see someone get sent to Singapore with the BTC.C link, so do that. It will be amazing. Just a lot coming your way with the channel. I love you all. Thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you so much for 100,000 subs and counting. I greatly appreciate it. It's been an amazing journey, and I'm just blessed to be alive. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here with the Lifer, and I'll catch you guys all tomorrow on the next live stream. God bless. I appreciate you. Remember, the secret to success is getting started. You can't get anywhere if you don't start somewhere. So, and chat revenue 370. You people are amazing. It's just insane how much you guys give to the channel. It's just unbelievable. I love you all. May God bless you. And I'll see you all tomorrow for an amazing, awesome, fun-filled, positive, and educational live stream. Thank you for kicking it with me. Stay strong. Believe in yourselves. Get rid of people that don't believe in you. Get rid of the negative energy and the negative people. You can, you will, you are the best. I can't wait to see you tomorrow, and I'll be in the group throughout the day. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Stay blessed. The secret to success is getting started.